Well, cheers, everybody. I am, what are we, a minute early for the Katie's Arms. And actually, I think it's a Katie's Arms I didn't even tell anyone about. There's nothing like self-promotion, is there? Where you just don't tell anyone you're doing something and then just rock up. Hello, I hope you are all equipped with a drink of something. If you're teetotal, well, go on then, we'll forgive you. What's the rules that we have? A drink, a sense of humour, and half an hour. Yes, you're early as well, thank you. Half an hour with me, basically essentially laughing at me. Welcome, welcome to any newcomers. If you are a newcomer to the Katie's Arms, essentially we're an online pub. We welcome everybody, not in a sort of BBC way, like diversity rules way, just on the basis that we actually don't give a shit about anything to do with you, other than all of us want you to be as happy as you can be, and all of us want you to be all right. And that's really just the rules of Katie's Arms, is that you come in here and have a laugh. Importantly as well, I want, and the reason for this whole Katie's Arms pub, is that it allows you all to see that you're not on your own. So hello to everybody in tropical England today. And if you catch up with this on YouTube or somewhere else, you'll see people say hello from Melbourne, hello from Mauritius, hello from wherever, hello from Sweden, hello Sweden. And it becomes like Eurovision, but just a lot better because there's fewer males trying to sing. Or want to take the limelight for trying to sing, or whatever Eurovision has become. I desperately want to go to Eurovision, by the way. I need a ticket. In fact, I need to be doing the alternative commentary to Eurovision. Would that not be the funnest fun? Actually, that's what we'll do, right? The Katie's Arms will be the alternative commentary to Eurovision this year. Hello from California. Hello, Commie California. I'll be with you very soon. So, the point is, you're not on your own. The point is, we are many. And the most important point is that everybody here on the comments or the feed, or at least most people, we always get a few twats, but most people here just want you to be all right. And if you've got problems, or you put them on the feed, or you put your comments in, other people will come and rally round you, because that is the Katie's Arms. So hello Liverpool, hello Cambridge, and cheers to all that. Right, and then we'll get to the nitty gritty. Also, I don't have much charge on my phone because I've been shit and not very organised, and I was in the pub with my husband, lovely Mark, at 7:30. I tell you, this is a lot of... There hasn't been a shower. If you could smell me. I got a top tip from a barmaid as well, which I'm going to share for you in a minute. Okay, hold on. We'll have to do shots one night. I never do shots, but you know, Katie's Arms, in for a penny. The top tip from my beautiful barmaid friend is Febreze. We were discussing the smell of our armpits the other day, as you do in a pub, and she told me she just gets a cheeky squirt of Febreze and squirts it around, which sounds like genius to me. I don't know if any of you have tried that, but yes, if you just Febreze, and luckily, as my husband says, this isn't smell-o-vision, so you can't smell me. I actually think it is actually okay. I can't really smell over the smell of my hair stuff. I've got Elnit in my nostrils, so I can't actually smell shit. But you know what? We all sweat, darlings, and we all smell sometimes, so I'm over it, and that's fine. Right, hello, from Sardinia in Italy, where it's hot, hot, hot. I'm obsessed by the Gucci soundtrack at the moment. You know, the movie Gucci. So there's a track in that I run to all the time, and it makes me the happiest person. Now, what must we talk about, my loves? I promised this week at 20 past the hour. I like that, it sounds very archaic. At 20 past the hour, we're going to go to you. Febreze your pits. Brilliant. I know. Exactly. Perfect. At 20 past the hour, we're going to go to your questions. But before that, I think there's some things that we need to talk about. Number one thing we need to talk about is the fact that it's not okay. It's a terrible chemical to put on your body. Okay, so we have with us, we are a broad church, my darlings, aren't we? We're a broad church. We have people who never took the vaccine, like myself, and therefore that overlaps with sort of the super like pure living people. Freaks was going to come out. No, the super pure living people who would say never put Febreze on your body. And then you have someone like me who's like no to vaccines, no to bullshit COVID, but yes to Febreze on your fanny. Right. And then over here were many other things. Oh, I took the vaccine. I'm a believer in lockdown, but shit me, I need a laugh. You know, many different churches. I'm the church of Febreze your fanny. But how do I always look so good? I mean, that's so sweet of you. My mother says the same. So in real life, oh, Mumsy, hold on. She's on the wall, but we can't see her. Should we get Mumsy off the... Yes, hold on. Let's get Mumsy. Here we are. Every week, Katie's Arms, you'll know that we do this because Mumsy hangs in the wall in here and Mumsy joins us sometimes. Mum, go and watch Monty Don. So we'll take Mumsy and we put her face down so she can't hear me swear or talk about fannies or vaginas. Because Mum and I don't talk about things like that, do we, Mumsy? Okay, she's face down, she can't hear now, it's fine. So, I wanted to tell you something exciting. We have a new email address for the Katie's Arms. And guess what it is? You can't guess, and I can't hear you. But it's actually, I've gone quite wiggly, haven't I? Do you notice? I can't sit still. And that noise, hold on, listen. Did you hear that? Let's try it again, hold on. Did you hear that? That is the sweat on my arse cheeks sticking to this plastic chair. Let's try it once more, just for the fun. Just for the fun. I know, crazy. That's why I need to Febreze my fanny. Shh, don't tell Mumsy. We have a new... Yes! Who's that? Linda. That is our email address. landlord@thekatiesarms.com. So if you want to email in, just do it anyway, because Mark and I are on holiday next week and he'll be deluged. Don't mention that I talked about my sweaty arse cheeks or Febrezing my fanny. Well, definitely do. landlord@thekatiesarms.com, and it actually goes to lovely Mark. There's like a purpose, like we're supposed to be sensible and we're supposed to talk about like venues and events and like market ourselves. But I can't be shited with any of that, as you know. I'm just all about the laughs. I really have got sweaty bum cheeks. Ladies will know as well, you get like a sweat thing here. So this bra, look at it. It's hoiking. Look, can you see that line? That's literally that there. That's literally like coming up from my gut. What was formerly my gunt is literally being lifted up by this thing here. That line there, that is not boob. That is 100% like gunty rib, right? Masquerading as boob. Just so you know, those are the tricks of the trade. So people say, how do you look so good? I have gunty rib, hoiked up, like literally this bra is, look, it's just doing the work of 50 men, darlings. It's lifting up here, so so gunty rib, I have masquerading as boob. Secondly, there's sweat here that you can't see because I'm facing the light. And in real life, my mother says, ooh, you look a bit haggard, darling. You look a bit haggard. But if you face light, right, takes away the wrinkles, right? You should see me if you get the light wrong. Oh, you do see me on my runs. I know. It's like people are like, what the fuck happened to your eyes? I'm like, that's what my eyes actually look like. That, and then also what you can't see is that my armpit here, bit damp, and then also sweaty arse cheeks. Someone's saying, you can't take a compliment. No, I can't. I'm not very good at it. So I have to take the mickey out of myself so that I feel all right about it. I'm really still not any good at anything like applause or people being kind to me. But I think that's just decades of being got at, right? Anyway, let's not go down that road. But we have an email address, landlord@thekatiesarms.com, and it goes to Mark. And actually, the use for this in future will be that if you've got a question about maybe tickets or what I'm doing, because we have big news for 2023 people. All the people asking me, why can't you come to my town? I can. But anyway, so if you've got a question for lovely Mark or me, you could just email landlord at, I'm just excited because I just like the name. Mark was like, what do you need the email address to be? Do you want it to be like info at? I was like, no. It's got to be funny or fuck it, right? Wales, you know about, I'm sure. Wales on the 20th of August. And Blackpool on the North Pier. I'm super excited because I think we're going to sell out again. It's unheard of, apart from the last time we sold out, on the 10th of September. That would be genius. So if you love being here, come join me on the 10th of September. And let me say a couple of things. Keeping away from Belfield now. Let me just address that straight up, if I may. And let me preface it with something that we all know, which is that you don't have to agree with me, right? And you never have. And often people say to me, well, I don't agree with everything you say, but... And I so want to say to them, please, could you just show me where I ever asked you to agree with anything I ever said? I never did. I never did. That's you. You think we have to agree to like each other. We don't. 1. 2. Alex Belfield gave me the opportunity to do the September dates in, was it April or March? I don't even know. And that was the first time I was able to speak in the UK, my country, my home. For 5 years, I was silenced completely. And let's remember, so LBC, Weekly Show, Daily Mail, twice a week, most read columnist, most listened to radio show, Fox News. Silenced from everything for 5 years. Not a peep am I allowed to say in my country. And Alex welcomed me onto his stage. And people say to me, oh, what about Mark Stein on GB News? What about this guy? What about Farage? It's always a guy. What about this guy? What about this guy? I'd say, did any of them ever invite me or try and help me when they saw what I'd gone through? No. In fact, all of them ran for cover to try and keep what they had and distance themselves from me, even though they know this me. Alex Belfield invited me not only on his stage, but has broken my silence curse and has allowed me to speak again. And so, with all that's gone on with him, and I haven't read a single word of any of the court stuff or whatever, because frankly, I don't think it's my business. It never impacted on me. I don't know about it. But what I can tell you is, when someone's in trouble, typically I don't run away. I can also tell you, I no longer have any respect for what is called authority in this country. I have respect for the elderly, I have respect for the working man, I have respect for the gentleman who's helping bring in the supermarket trolley. I'll spend half an hour with someone at the checkout. I will help a stranger in the street. I will always be polite to any staff anywhere. If you're working in a hotel, you're a waitress, I'll come and clear up for you. But I have no respect for anything that has been designated as authority in this country anymore, because I don't believe they're on our side. I don't have respect for police. I don't have respect for the law, because the law is not the law. The law is whatever they want it to be. And I have no respect for politicians in any class of any party, because none of them are actually in it for us. So I should make that clear. Let me also make clear that what happened to me, and I don't need to talk about it, I don't need to persuade you of what happened to me, but when they came for me to silence me, they took everything I had. My family home, all of my jobs, and everybody celebrated in the media, and even people who know me said, well, what Katie did was obviously wrong. It wasn't. They made a new law up just for me to say that I committed serious harm with one tweet that I deleted and apologised for, and for that I lost my house. So if you think for one moment anything that might happen in a court to Alex Belfield would influence me, you're very wrong. And actually, contrary to running away from any of the shows, that Alex kindly invited me to share with him and gave me 50% of his money, even though I said, I don't even want paying, I'm just so excited to be able to talk in my country again. I offered to do other shows with him. So rather than say, no, I'll run away, I said, I'll do Eastbourne with you to help you. I'll go on stage first and let people know I'm standing by you. And when it comes to it, if you have to walk to prison, I'll frigging walk you there, my love. Because I walked Tommy to prison, and I'll do it for someone else as well, because I make my own judgment about what I think of someone. And I'm certainly not going to be led down any path by something that's called authority, or something that masquerades as the law, or a judge in some furry hat that I don't give a fuck about, frankly. The law is whatever they decide it to be. True for Tommy, true for me, I'm sure true for Alex as well. So whatever your views are on all of that, great. You don't want to see him again? Great. You don't want to go to any of his things? I don't think he's forcing you to buy a ticket, is he now? But I'll know what I'm doing. And I'll be supporting Alex. I will be turning up to my gigs and I'll be just as funny as I ever was. And anybody that wants to stay behind afterwards for a hug, great. And if I can help give someone courage through this so they don't kill themselves, that's precisely what I'll do. I say that they come for you until you swing from a tree. That's exactly what they did for me and will do again, and did when I was given the Cunt of the Year award and they celebrated, or I lost my home and they celebrated and put my home up as if it was a refugee shelter, or when I lost everything I had and they celebrated on Twitter. They push you until you swing. And every day you don't swing, I told Alex this just the other day and he won't mind me saying, every day you don't swing from a tree is a day that you win and a day that you didn't let them get to you. And I say that to people, I said that to people over lockdown, and I say that to people now over the winter, where we will lose 1 million people to suicide, and it will be my job and other people's jobs, your jobs, to help get us through that. And my aim this winter is to get 1 million people through the winter. Maybe by hot air and nonsense, maybe by talking about my gunt rib hoisting, maybe by occasionally being quiet and calm like this, whatever it needs. Turning up at people's homes, I'll do. We'll fight them on the beaches, yes we will. And if it means turning up at someone's store to thank them, oh, I'm sorry for that glitch, it's because we were low power. I will do that. I will do whatever it takes to try to get 1 million people through this winter. And you could say, Katie, you really don't have that audience. Don't overstate yourself, love. That's fine, I'm not. But that's my aim and that's my task and that's what I'm going to try and do. So just to clear that up, anybody else, Jeremy Vine, who wants to send me text trying to make me distance myself from someone, forget it, mate. I'll make my own mind up, thank you. And I know my path, and my path is already set. Right. That's that bit done, friends. Cleared that up nice and clean. So are we at 20 past? Let's have a little drink to that. Here's to everybody who hasn't swung from a tree, despite thinking of it. I understand you, believe me. I understand it. And I also understand, and I talk about this in my book, but I also understand why people do end their lives, because they want the noise to stop. And that noise is in your head and it won't leave you. And that's why actually drowning, and this sounds dark, but it's not. Drowning feels attractive sometimes because you feel like, oh, if I could just get under that water, all the noise would stop. And I know acutely how that feels. And that's how it's going to be in the winter, this winter, when people believe they're running up so much debt, they can't afford to heat or eat. They can't afford their life, even though they work so hard. And so they may as well end it. And my message to you is don't. Because we're many. And we are going to rise. And you'll find me at the front of it. Because I have no fear. And I know many people fear authority because they still believe in it. And they fear what someone might do to them. Which is understandable and that's fine. But for other people who no longer have those fears, like me, you can put us in front of you. And so that's the plan. For someone like me, it doesn't matter what they do to me because they already took everything and I already got given new life from my surgery, right? Which is why I have to, flump my hair up because actually I don't have very much hair at all. But I'm already on extra time as well. So not only did they take all of that, I'm on extra years. This is already bucket list plus. So I can be at the front of our team. And that's why we will get through this. And that's why I'm super confident and super optimistic as I am. Right, let's go to your questions because I promised I would. So we're 20 past, so we have 10 minutes of Katie's Arms left. Why are farmers being prevented from feeding us? Yes. May I have a drink? Okay, talk amongst yourselves. Right. Yes, and letting go of your fear to your point here, it's not easy and it's not for everyone. And if you're fearful, that's okay too. And so I'm signing up to Don't Pay UK, where you commit to saying that on the 1st of October, if you don't stop this shit, if you don't stop these bills, I'm going to stop my direct debit. It's not for everybody. And no one's saying everyone should be like, yeah, fuck it, live without fear. It's not like that. It's just whatever you can do to help, that would be great. And if that's just keeping yourself going, that's great. Or, as with lockdown, oh, look, should we have a powder? Look, hold on. Oh, look at that. What happens if you powder your armpits? Probably nothing. Oh, there, is that less shiny? Sometimes I can see my own reflection in my own nose. I think that's quite troubling. Okay, question, sorry. What do I think of New World Order? Yes, and that's one of the troubles I have, is I'm trying to bring people with us, but also some people aren't all the way with us. So you talk about New World Order, and I talk about a new organisation of things, a new system of things, because you want to bring our audience with us, right? We want to bring the Katie's Arms family with us. You don't want people to be left behind going, fucking nutter. Listen, look at that nutter. And plenty of people do, it doesn't matter what I'm called, but we're trying to bring people with us. And slowly, as we now see them intimidating people through lack of energy security, lack of water security, maybe you won't be able to access food, lack of food security, you take away people's security, and you see how that very quickly takes us to a new organisation of things. And you see how people very quickly, the classes who own things, how quickly you'll be able to take away things from the people who own things, because you're going to build up enough debt that you can just take over their homes or their cars or whatever. We can see all of these steps in place. But frankly, I'm so excited for the fight back, I can't even tell you. It's just going to be glorious. It's going to be glorious. Eventually you can only push, when you push people to the point they have nothing left to lose, people become very dangerous. People are only controllable until the point they have nothing left to lose. So it's coming, good people, I tell you. I've spent a lot of time in South Africa. You push white farmers to the point where they are being killed in their own homes, and they will say, I will die in my boots for the love of my land, and they mean it. And they sleep with a pistol under their pillow, and damn it, they're not going anywhere. That's where we're going to get to. Can you be our Prime Minister? I mean, wouldn't it be... I mean, I'm not enough of an arsehole. I'll never be paid off. I can never be bought gifts to say something or do something. I've lost every job because I said no to boys who told me what I had to say or think. And I've been warning for all of this, as you know, for 20 years. So I doubt I'll be allowed to be, but certainly I can feel the momentum behind us growing. And that's really exciting. And if I got the opportunities to step up, then absolutely I would. But it might just be that I have to use my powers more subversively. This is more guerrilla warfare, because I don't believe anymore I don't believe that there's democracy. I don't believe in our political system. I don't believe any political representative is actually out for us. Do you know, the other day I heard about Keir Starmer not declaring his gifts. I don't actually give a shit. But one of the gifts was a parcel of land. And don't you think that's the weirdest thing? I said to my husband, you know, isn't it the weirdest thing that at some point Keir Starmer was in a situation where someone said to him, oh, you know what, Keir? You know, I've got this parcel of land. I'm going to give it. And can I just ask you to think about, in your life, at what point were you ever sat down with a mate, or maybe at a bar, or maybe, you know, you were doing your job waitressing, or I don't know, do you do this when you waitress? I don't think I ever did at McDonald's. More of this, or wimpy, this, or in the pub. Here you go. And someone said to you, oh, I must give you that parcel of land. Has that ever happened in your life? Fuckity no. You see what I'm saying? They just operate at a weird level, don't they? They call themselves politicians and they ask us to vote. But I feel like voting now is like is a way of us saying, ah, yes, you may control me. Ah, yes, you... And that's gone for me. All of it. Police, judges, politicians, no more. I think that too, yes. a petition for an actual real life Katie's Arms. Yes, and that's obviously where we're working towards, and we will evolve too. Coming up, you'll see me create an event somewhere that I want to be the format for a series of Katie's Arms in your local. And all we would need, I'm guessing, is the permission of your local landlord, maybe 50 people, and then I just come and we do this on the road. So that's my hope also for 2023, landlord@katiesarms.com. I'm hoping that we can work together with other landlords, particularly independent landlords who might be struggling. I don't want to be paid, it's not about money. I just want to bring a reason to gather, and in the winter particularly a reason to keep on going by bringing Katie's Arms on the road. So absolutely, that's part of my heart. Shag, marry, avoid, Schwab, Fauci, Gates. Oh, what I wouldn't give for 5 minutes alone in a room with those men. All of them weird, all of them small. I would do time. I would spend the rest of my time behind bars. Absolutely, to get rid of them. Would I come to the Isle of Wight? Are you joking? I'm going to Skegness, darlings. Skeggy! I'm coming. Can't talk about that yet, though. Don't talk about it. Mark will kill me. Secrets. But yeah, I'm coming to Skeggy. Of course I'll come to the Isle of Wight. We just have to make it happen. So I'm trying to look at your questions and answer them because I promised I would. Oh, I tell you what, darlings. The temperature in this room. Scorchio. A little dribble just dribbled its way through just meandered its way through my enormous cleavage. Thoughts on InfoWars? Yes, I did discuss this before, actually. Alex Jones, I know him well, and how he hasn't. This is always my line, right? If they haven't swung from a tree, they've done bloody well. Ooh, right, there's a small piece of hair attached to my lip. I'm actually hoping. We're just getting it there. Okay, that's it. Yeah, that's gone. I was hoping it wasn't actually attached, like a bit of my moustache, that I would pull it and my lip would be like, I'd actually like, oh shit me, that's one of my moustache hairs. Oh my God, finally seeing you live. Love you. I know. I love you all. And this is the glorious thing about what we're building, is that this is it. There's nothing more clever than this. Just some dozy old hag gobbing off. But actually, I think it's really reassuring, and it's going to be what we need. And the thing that really scares my whole heart at the moment is that right now it's nice. I happen to love this weather. I love that it's so fucking hot. You know, I love, if it was like this 365 days a year, I'd be thrilled. It's why I love Mexico, why I love Israel, because I love the heat. You know, pity poor us that like the heat, because for 363 days a year, it's fucking miserable. I love that there's fewer old people moving slowly in my way. Not really allowed to say that, but I mean it. I love that there's fewer translucent people in my way. Bring it on. 38 degrees. How many moontans do you see? Not many. All these people who are like super pale. Oh, I've super protected my skin all my life. I don't have a single fucking wrinkle because I basically spent my days in perpetual darkness like a fucking mole. But look at me with my skin, and I don't have any, bags or because I'm just like perpetually pale. They've all fucked off. Brilliant. I think the sun actually does wonders for people like me. Yes, we may be wrinkled, and yes, I may well get skin cancer. That was probably given to me early in my life. But you know what? Currently, every bit of me is brown, and I love it. I've got more vitamin. What is the vitamin, darlings? Is it B or D? I've got more vitamin B or D. I need someone to help me. Someone fucking help me. No one's helping me. Right, you bunch of fuckers. You left me alone on my life without giving me the answer. Someone's going to tell me. Anyway, whatever the vitamin is, I've got a fuck ton of it. D. Thank you, parenting and coffee. Okay, now someone finally came to my rescue. I've got more vitamin D in me right now than I've had large penises. And I tell you, oh, God, did Mumsy hear that? No, she'll have gone by now. She won't have had the tenacity to stay with us. I am a polar bear of English Scandinavian descent, and I love the cold. Thank you. Look at you all. D. Everyone's double D'ing me, obviously in awe of my thunder boobs. You love the cold, great. So most of the year you're happy. But right now, I couldn't love it more. Give me a drought any day of the week, which I don't believe in either, by the way. Water's always run out. Fucking Israel, they have enough water to bloody drown themselves in. And if you come with me to Palm Desert anytime, they're golf courses, beautiful and green. If you can have a golf course in Palm Desert, if you can be an Israeli and have plenty of water, it's just that our country is so shit. I mean, I love this country, I love the people, but you know what I'm saying, the management of this country. We spent, 1.5 plus 1, 2.5 billion sent to Ukraine. What for? Fuckety all. We should have spent 2.5 billion probably looking after our water system, shouldn't we? Don't even get me started. Right. Darling, your mum gave birth to you. She knows what a penis is. Don't even say it. Don't even say it. We're not bringing Mumsy into this level of vulgarity. We can't. Ooh, just flatten my hair. Right, darlings, look. It is past. Let's have a little drink together and let's make a few promises. Promise 1. You won't swing. Hold on. Let's try this again in English, shall we? Promise 1. You won't swing from a tree. Don't do it. Come on. We're going to get through this together, right? Number 2. You're going to listen to the Gucci soundtrack. I will find the act or track I'm talking about and put it up. You must listen to it loud, naked, whilst dancing in the sunshine. I did my watering this evening naked. It was fantastic. I advise you all to do it. If the neighbours are watching, fucking perverts. Number 3. What's number 3? Maybe you'll come to Wales, and maybe you'll come to Blackpool, or maybe I'll see you next year on the road. My brain's turned off, can you tell? And what's number 4? I'm so brilliant, end of. Yes, exactly. Number 4, we agree, I'm brilliant, marvellous. No, I'm really not, I'm an arsehole. So, my darlings, I will see you, next week I'm taking my son surfing. So will there be a Katie's Arms? I don't know, but we'll find out about that. But what there definitely will be next week is us, and what we definitely are is a family. And if you're struggling, you bloody well get on my Instagram and you tell people you're struggling. Don't ask fucking things. Don't say, I need £2.50 for baked beans. But just get on there and this family will see you through. And we will get 1 million people through the winter. And I will turn up at people's doorsteps with a fucking blanket if I have to. If that's what it takes, that's what I'm going to do. Martin Lewis can be as sensible as he thinks. We all need someone on the road and that bird is going to be me. Right. Exactly. Teach them for peeping out of their window, nosy fuckers. That's exactly what I think. When I take a little wee in my garden, as I do, standing up, just pulling the shorts to one side. I'll do that. Will I do that for you? No, that's slightly Paul, isn't it? Basically, I piss standing up like a racehorse, but with a bigger set of balls. And I think to myself when I'm doing it, I think, you want to watch me? Watch. You want to watch a woman piss in her own garden? Watch. Watch my skills. Good. Right, my darlings. Love, love, love you all. You know, remember what we say. Live, laugh, love. And tell everyone else to fuck off. Did Mumsy hear that? Sorry, Mumsy. And I'll see you soon, or I'll see you on the road. And do not swing from a tree. Otherwise I'll come and fucking kill you. Which would be difficult because you'll have already killed yourself. Right. Good night.